Taurus, hello and welcome to your reading for June. Just so you all know, in this reading, I'm a little bit under the weather. I had so much aggression and energy towards getting these readings done that God took me out. He was like, will you feel safe if you can't just up and do it at the start of the day? And the truth is, I had to take a couple hours today to get to do this reading. So if I have sniffles and sinus drainage, just know that I have my hot tea. I have some arnica currently dissolving right now in my cheek. But I love doing these readings. I love being here with you all. And I feel like, just to start off, that could be an underlying energy of what's going on with y'all. So maybe you have some, because this is a second house transit, maybe you guys have been doing some emotional processing and getting to the bottom of some of your feelings. Celestial Rose of Ma. This speaks to root chakra energy. Maybe you guys have been acting from the root chakra. So whether that's like you are gratifying yourself, you're depriving yourself of a sense of security and stability unless if you get up and work. It's a 10. And this is a Taurian degree with Sensei step system. And let's see where we are at the beginning of the month. June 1st, I'm kind of cross-applying Robbie Hunt's share with Sensei Christopher Witecki that basically entrance of a planet into a sign is the birth chart of this transit. I want to take it a step further. At the start of the month, that's the birth chart for the transit of this specific month. So on June 1st, the sun will be at 11 degrees Gemini. Venus will be at 10 degrees Gemini. So let's look at that. We're going to do some math. A young woman notices the handsome man has fangs, blows of fate, acts of God, abrupt awakenings to what was expected but naively denied. You become drastically aware of all that was hidden and jump to conclusions. The gathering of events to prove a point, to generate a change, to draw it all out. Curiosity, probing, yet as well casual oblivion and riding high in euphoric assumptions. How many times have all of us done that? I know I have countless times. You can't even count it. It's countless. Setting yourself up for turnarounds, epiphanies, metanoia. The leap over the edge into the dark from the light that reveals the other side of life can generate cynicism and negative feedback loops, by the implication that behind every shining wonder there lies its reverse shadow image, the mind proving itself right and falling down its own hole. So Blue Lotus is something that Chandler Kristen Marie Miller has shared that she's downloaded that Yeshua took when he went to the desert for 40 days and 40 nights. Whether or not you believe that, I have been using Blue Lotus from ritual oils, and you see my skin, it's radiant right now. It might just be the camera settings. It could just be the sunlight. Maybe it's Blue Lotus. So, Celestial Rose of Ma. The taste of bitterness becomes sweetness in love. This is that Gemini duality, that polarity that meets in the middle when we use our imagination for the highest and most divine outcome, and we are willing to deal with the both sides of what is. The searching in the dark finds the light of faith revealed in love. Love transforms thistles into jasmine. Love layers heaven and gifts us with wings to soar into its mystery. Love transforms our every thought into a desire of the heart. Oh love, how divine is your luring. Beauty flows from your unseen face. Your very nature is radiant with joy. You manifest vibrant hues in every flower. Your touch dazzles all of creation. Every particle is attracted towards you, longing to unite and dwell in you. So, if there's something that you've been really torn from, maybe decisions you've made, there was this energy when I got into your energy about like some scandalous stuff that you might have experienced in your life, or that you might have felt like you got over on people, and now it's coming to bite you. But that's birthing this new ability to love, to really sincerely love. Black Moon Lilith is what I was drawn to next, because I'm working with Venus and Black Moon Lilith together. And I feel like that speaks to the polarity as well. Black Moon Lilith at 26 degrees Virgo is an old man counting gold coins. So this doesn't necessarily speak to the polarity because it's like age and then value or wealth as perceived like in common terms. Getting your bearings, determining your limits, finding a reality fix, making sure that everything is there, checking out the manifest details over and again, coming down to earth and becoming sober, straight, and clear. You are overwhelmingly convinced that there must come this cleaning up and clearing up, sick and tired of pretense and hype, hungry to get down to basics, and somewhat hooked on the quantitative intelligence, blurring distinctions, intent upon being viable, correct, and self-sufficient. If all these things are taken up with a twinkle of humor, they are digestible. But if they become self-serious and a little too proper, they are deadly and sickening. You learn to throw off the attitude and to cleave to the substance of getting things right, unapologetically and steadfastly. Excuse me, Taurus. It is what it is. It feels like you guys are clearing this energy of seeing things in black and white, and you're moving to this place where you are willing to flow with love, to surrender the ghost. You're giving up the ghost, which is a song by Radiohead. If you haven't heard it, I think you're meant to. Dance of the Divine Feminine. Again, this is you following your passion, following your mission. Maybe out of this scandal that you've experienced and lived through, you now have some very potent mana. You have some very potent teachings that you're opening up to share with the world. Let's look at the second week. Oh, and this is all in the first week of June? Taurus. Oh my gosh. Okay, second week of June, I see the moon in Cancer. So that's your third house. Mothering, nurturing, being nurtured by your mother. Nitya Kali. This speaks to, let's see, 6, 7, 14, 5, 15. So that's a 6. With the middle having the Sri Yantra. Work with the Sri Yantra. Draw it. It does take some concentration, some consternation to draw that, but that number 30 is speaking to you developing a sense of belief in what your message is and what powers you have come into from having to go through your experiences that you've gone through. On this day specifically, your 12th house is pretty loaded. You're healing some karma that you've had around your identity. In a past life, you either didn't go far enough or you took it too far. Yeah, po and ao. You are going deep and you know how to balance this energy because you're able to dive into your subconscious, maybe even the subconscious of your clients. Maybe people are coming to you or you're starting to find teachers who can help you to shift through and navigate your subconscious and your urges to heal your identity. With the moon in your third house, in the sign of the mother, the nurturer, I believe that your heart is longing to feel fulfilled in this role, and maybe you haven't yet. Maybe you're a mother and you've not felt fulfilled as a mother. Maybe you want to be a mother because you're seeking to heal and reconcile the relationship that you had with your mother. If you have children, the world, Archangel Michael, things are changing, things are transforming. You are coming into integrity. You're starting to learn to believe in the power of being in integrity. And then the North and South Node are at 12 degrees. So this is your 6th house of day-to-day life is getting a really big and I would say revolutionary upgrade because Sagittarius is your 8th house of contracts, agreements. I see like a really large crane, egret is what they're called. It just flew around the yard and went and sat in a place that's pretty close to where we walk. And they're really kind of like standoffish birds. So I feel like you have a lot of motivation for coming into this integrity, coming into this alignment, allowing for yourself to make contracts that really do benefit you. Others, your legacy, your longevity, the connection with your mother could be healing. And then we also have in your 11th house, Saturn and Neptune. So you might have some fated connections come in and help you move this energy. You might be moving away from connections that were just there for a season and a reason. And you're moving towards the relationships that will be there for a lifetime. The relationship that you have with your mother will always be with you, even if she's gone from this earth realm. I saw something like almost like a flapper costume, and my husband and I just watched The Great Gatsby last night, and there was a scene where the woman's mother made her marry someone when she wanted to be married to someone else, because it was like World War One, and letters were all people had, and money was a big issue. So maybe you guys have some inheritance, and you're shifting how you've seen what you've inherited as far as your fears, your concerns, the things that you brought in on your own, and that you're healing for your lineage. So I feel a lot of drastic breakthrough, because also Pluto is retrograding in your 10th house of career. And it's making sure that you are taking stock of what's valuable to you, what it is that you'd like to leave behind in your legacy, more than just the work that you're able to do that creates monetary value, but the exchanges that you make in your day-to-day life with your kids, to help them become self-sufficient adults. And if you are without kids, if you've been connected to work that has not been for your highest ascension, it's not been for God, it's not been for the good of your soul, done. Let it go. Clinging on is only going to make you really come into a sense of feeling like betrayed. And I feel like you guys have already lived and seen a lot of things that would force you to work through this energy, especially with Uranus still in your sign. It's still going to be there at 24 degrees in the third decan of Taurus. So the outer world is now starting to mirror back to you more than ever, whether or not you're on the path or not. And if you're on the path, then you're going to find these breakthroughs are immense in your career. There's traction, there's helping hands, there's money out of nowhere to help you with what you're doing. But if you're not in integrity, you're going to be sent to the back of the line. You're going to have to study, you're going to have to pick up the pieces and really work through the feelings that could be overwhelming. During the month of June, we have a new moon in Gemini on the 6th. And that is, here we go. 7 degrees. Oh. Interesting. Okay, that's what it is. I was like, what? I'm looking at my honeycomb calendar for May. So it will be a 14-degree new moon in Gemini, which is a net 5 of thinking in the outer world. So have people been thinking for you? How are you moving into being self-sufficient and able to think for yourself and to believe in yourself? Then the full moon will be in Sagittarius at 22 degrees. The sun will have entered Cancer, and that'll be on the 21st. That might be what this 21 is coming from. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. This, on the 21st of June, the sun will be at 0 degrees Cancer, and the moon will be at 22 degrees Sagittarius, which is a breakdown to breakthrough degree. I want to look at that date specifically. So we're skipping ahead to the third week of June. And when the sun is entering Cancer, let's go back a couple hours. On June 20th, Pacific time, 8:57, The sun will enter Cancer at 0 degrees. So depending on your time zone, if you're 6 hours ahead, it'll be in the middle of the night or very early in the morning. This will be a time where your perception of your role as a mother, and this is also during the summer solstice in the northern hemisphere, the winter solstice in the southern hemisphere. Do a ceremony. Ceremony from Robbie Hunt creates energy and ritual sustains it. And we want to transform your energy around motherhood, around your legacy. If you're a male energy, around the relationship that you have with your mother. If your mother's not with you, then the ceremony can involve her energy. It can involve a photo of her. But what we want to do is to create a new sense of this relationship, a new ability to come from this very potent love. Love is the most powerful medicine. It's the most powerful way to open the heart. It's the most powerful way to get to the bottom of things and to provide help for people who also need it. Service is something that's big for me because I come here to YouTube for soul service, to expand my gifts, to share them with people, and then also so you all can come and get a personal reading from me. So if you're seeking a personal reading, I'm your lady. Okay, so now let's skip ahead to the last week of June. You know, I'm going to just read this day. On the 27th of June, Sun is going to be at 6 degrees Cancer, so there will be a definite receptivity that you'll feel. This was... Okay, so let's look back at May 27th when the sun was at 6 degrees Gemini. And with the sun having been moved a full 28-day lunar cycle, the moon will be at 22 degrees Pisces. So this is dealing with karma that you will have around God, around your relationship to the divine. We can ask God to reveal things to us during this time while Neptune is at 29 degrees. It's stationed there until I believe some point in September. I could be wrong, but I don't want to keep looking ahead because that takes me away from the potency of this moment. Saturn at 19 degrees Pisces, the moon at 22 degrees Pisces, and Neptune at 29 degrees Pisces. These are all in orb to each other. So there is a very big, I feel like the sense of catapulting a big stone or boulder at maybe these towers you built up around your heart, around the truth of your purpose, and the truth will set you free, Taurus. So this is your reading for the month of June. Let me know what's going on. It feels like a lot's going down for you guys. It feels like you're working through a lot of these feelings, this karma that's been trapped in you for eons. And what it's doing is it's elevating your capacity to serve and to be of service to your children, to your legacy, to your mother, to the womb that birthed you and put you into this world. Be grateful. Gratitude is the attitude of receiving. And let me know how things are going for you. I look forward to diving into more of this with our next readings, and I will see you then. Aloha.